So Cameroon seems to be killing at least a kid every month. Every month they seem to be killing at least one kid. October 14th, 2021, Paul Biya's Cameroon had killed a kid, and then another kid was killed November 11th. So that's 9/11. 9/11, October 14th. In less than a month's time, you've had this second killing of a kid. One paramilitary police officer killed a 5-year-old girl when he had fired on a car at a checkpoint for Buea in Buea, southwest region. In Cameroon, southwest Buea on October 14th. In the incident, you had one of these gendarmes. These are military cops. Mavago Rigobert opened fire on a vehicle that was carrying school pupils and their mother to school that morning. So there was a man, he said he was late for school. They started arguing, they started brawling. He gets in the car to drive away. The gendarme, a military cop, shot at the man as he was taking off, and the 5-year-old girl was shot and killed. The incident resulted in the death of a 6-year-old, 5-year-old, and 4-year-old. I've seen different ages for this girl. Primary school pupil Caro Louise in Ndialle. An angry mob proceeded to administer mob justice on the gendarmerie officer, the military cop who fired the gun, and they killed him too. The 5-year-old Caroline Ndialle was shot and killed by the military cop on Thursday morning while she was being driven to school. The angry crowd killed him spontaneously, apparently, by stoning. And then they took to the streets in protest. The protest first took them to the governor's office, where the governor, Bernard Okalia Bilai, tried to calm tensions to no avail. October 14, 2021, they killed a kid, 4-year-old, it says here, at a checkpoint. A 4-year-old girl shot and killed by a cop, police officer in Buea, Buea in southwestern Cameroon. She was hit by a bullet when the officer fired shots at a vehicle that failed to stop at a police checkpoint. Checkpoints are a common sight in the region, and a hot spot of tension between the Anglophone separatists and the French-speaking government forces. Protest erupted after the incident, and the crowd beat the officer responsible to death. Videos shared on social networks show a crowd of people marching through the streets of Buea, chanting in anger and waving branches of leaves. At the head of the crowd, a man holds the body of young Caro Louise Ndialle, who was shot in the head by a gendarme, a military cop, at a checkpoint along the road. According to the young girl's uncle, who spoke to the France 24 Observer's team, Caro Louise Ndialle was one of the 3 children in the car on the way to school with their mother and a driver. When ordered to stop at the checkpoint and provide documents, the driver got out of the car, tried to negotiate with the officer, saying the children were late for school. When he went to get back into the car, one of the officers opened fire. When I got to the scene, I saw the vehicle in which the little girl was shot. I saw the gendarme. He had already been killed, so he was lying in the gutter with stones all around his body. A crowd had come to kill him immediately because the place where this happened is very busy. There's lots of construction and a football pitch. In the mornings, there's always a lot of people there. When they learned a child had been killed, they came from every corner towards the officer. They beat him with stones and took his gun. The crowd that killed the military cop had taken the girl and were parading in the streets with her body. The crowd got really bitter after killing the military cop, and they wanted to take the corpse to the governor's office. They started blocking the streets and disrupting traffic along the way. Everyone was holding green branches or something green because green signifies peace. The crowd brought the child's body to the office of the governor, who tried to calm them by promising punishment for her death. The France 24 Observer's team spoke to the girl's uncle, Witty Mistral, who traveled to Buea. After he learned of her death, he met with the crowd in the street to try to take her body back home. I went to go talk to the crowd, but nobody listened. Everybody was singing and protesting. I followed them until they stopped, and when I went to go talk to the person who was carrying the child, I asked to take the child. We want to take her body before they continued their riot, but everybody said, no, we can't let the child go. We followed them all day, begging to take the child, but there was no way to get her. Finally, we told them that we needed to take the child to the church, and they accepted. People are angry, and they felt that this was an opportunity for them to show their anger to the world. That's why everybody was on the streets. We are lucky that there was no fighting, no destruction. Everybody was was just out to demonstrate and cry for our baby. Anger has been piled up for so long. Buea is a hotspot of tension in Cameroon's Anglophone crisis. For nearly 5 years, English-speaking separatists claiming marginalization by the country's French-speaking majority have fought to create a breakaway state called Ambazonia. English speakers make up around a fifth of Cameroon's population of 25 million people. So 5 million English speakers, 20 million French speakers, more than 3,000 people, up to 3,500 people. I've also seen reported have been killed in the conflict, and a million displaced, 500,000 to 1 million displaced, with both separatists and the Cameroonian state accused of committing atrocities. So R.I.P. Tata, R.I.P. Tata, and R.I.P. Carol Louise Ndialle. R.I.P. Carol Louise Ndialle.